Okay, so what if the very foundation of our civilization is going through a massive upgrade? I mean, for basically all of human history, we've been run by one really harsh reality: scarcity, right? Not enough stuff, not enough time, not enough for everybody. But what if that whole story is about to change? A really deep shift is happening right now, moving us from a system that's, frankly, breaking down to something totally new.
This quote right here, it just nails it. The big transition we're all living through isn't just about cool new tech. It's really about us, our collective consciousness, growing up. It's about a shift in how we think and how we act as a species. The quote is basically saying, look, the tools for abundance, they're already here. We're the ones who need to catch up.
So, to really get where we're going, we first have to break down the world we live in right now. Let's call it the Day 2 operating system. It's a civilization that was built from the ground up on this one core idea of scarcity. It's like the water we swim in, you know? It's everywhere. And honestly, it's starting to hit its limits. The engine running this whole Day 2 world? It's extraction. These systems are built on a really simple, kind of brutal logic. Take, control, and use up resources way faster than they can ever grow back. It's a mindset that sees the world as a finite pie to be fought over, not a living garden to be cultivated.
And look, scarcity isn't just some dusty old economic theory. It's the invisible logic that shapes our everyday lives. I mean, think about it. The job market, the stock market, our schools, they're all designed around the idea of limited resources and a mad dash of competition. Scarcity is the fuel for our Day 2 world.
But here's the thing. The foundations of that scarcity-driven world are starting to crumble. And here's the real kicker. This isn't some political movement. It's a technological one. The old logic of scarcity just can't keep up with the power of our new tools. The whole operating system is crashing because, well, it's just obsolete.
This whole collapse is being driven by four huge connected forces. First, the cost of absolute essentials like energy is just plummeting. Second, automation is breaking the old link between human labor and making things, which challenges the whole idea of a job. Third, you've got digital systems that can be copied forever at almost zero cost. And finally, and this is so important, we're seeing the rise of regenerative systems that aren't just more sustainable, they're flat out better. They're more efficient, more resilient, and yeah, in the long run, more profitable.
You want to see the canary in the coal mine for the end of scarcity? Look at energy. Energy is the lifeblood of our civilization, period. And when the cost of that lifeblood drops towards zero, the entire economic system we've built on scarcity gets this massive jolt. Everything, the food we eat, the stuff we buy, it all gets turned on its head. This isn't a small change. This is a seismic event. Okay, so if extraction is the problem, what's the answer? It's a completely new operating system for our planet: regeneration. And this isn't about just trying to do less bad. It's about actively doing more good. It's about creating systems that actually heal and grow over time.
This slide really gets to the heart of it all. It's two completely different ways of looking at the world. Extraction is a zero-sum game, right? It's a fight over a pie that's always shrinking. Regeneration is a positive-sum game. It's a team effort to make the pie bigger for everyone. It's literally the difference between a dead end and a virtuous cycle.
Let's circle back to that energy example for a sec. The old scarcity model? It gave us this fragile, centralized grid powered by fossil fuels that people literally fight wars over. The new abundance model? It gives us a resilient, decentralized network of renewables. So this isn't just about clean energy. It's about energy independence. It's about geopolitical stability. And it's about a smarter, stronger system for all of us.
So why are these regenerative models winning? Simple. They're playing the long game. An extractive economy is like a sprinter. It burns through everything for short-term gains. And you can see that in the chart, that high initial yield. But regenerative systems, they're marathon runners. They're built for endurance and long-term health. And you know what? In the long run, the marathon runner always wins.
You know, this isn't just about economics and power grids. This whole transition gets to the very core of what it means to be human. It's a fundamental shift from a civilization obsessed with just surviving to one that is finally dedicated to flourishing.
For thousands of years, our brains have been hardwired for a world of scarcity. And that has created this deep, deep culture of fear. Fear of going hungry, fear of being poor, fear of getting left behind. It's been this heavy anchor holding us back for way too long.
But what happens when we finally cut that anchor? I mean, really think about it. When the basics of survival are guaranteed for everyone, the human spirit is just unleashed. Fear starts to give way to curiosity. Anxiety gives way to creativity. We can finally start to operate from a place of true, wide-open possibility. And this isn't just in our heads, it's a social revolution. In a world of scarcity, it's dog-eat-dog, everyone for themselves. But in a world of abundance, we can finally start working together, sharing our resources and building a society where everyone, not just a lucky few, has a real shot at thriving. It's not just a nice idea, it becomes the most logical and effective way to live.
And this leads us to maybe the most profound shift of all, the whole redefinition of human purpose. When we're no longer stuck on that hamster wheel of just trying to survive, we can finally lift our heads up and ask ourselves the question that actually matters. What's my unique contribution to the world? So, what does this new civilization actually look like? Let's explore this idea of Day 4, a stable, abundant future built on these new principles. This is the destination that all the chaos of our current Day 3 transition is pointing us toward.
The cornerstone of this Day 4 civilization is what's called the utility economy. Just imagine a world where the things you need for a good life, clean energy, healthy food, a safe place to live, education, are treated not as products to be bought and sold, but as universal utilities, as basic and reliable as the water that comes out of your tap. These are the pillars of that new economy. By making sure everyone has access to these essentials, we're not just creating some safety net, we're building a launching pad, a stable platform from which every single person on this planet can build a life of purpose and meaning.
This timeline really tells the story of our whole journey. We've come out of the long, dark winter of Day 2 scarcity. Right now, we are in the messy, chaotic, but incredibly hopeful spring of our Day 3 transition. And just on the horizon, we can start to see the warm, abundant summer of a Day 4 future.
Let me be really clear about this. This is not just another industrial revolution. This is a species-level evolutionary leap. It's a fundamental change in what it even means to be human on this little planet of ours. And so that leaves us with the ultimate question. Once we've finally solved the ancient problem of survival, what do we choose to become? The future isn't set in stone. It's a blank page, just waiting for us to write the next chapter of the human story. The only question is, what will we write?